Trout Routes is a premier fishing app that strives to empower trout anglers with information to help you go further and discover new waters, new places, and new faces. Check them out at troutroutes.com. Trout Routes is proud to be able to connect you to local resources and experts, such as fly shops, guides, local brands, and nonprofits. Be sure to check them out at troutroutes.com or the Apple App Store and Google Play Store to download the app today.
Folks, welcome to another episode of On the Limb Podcast with Nature's Voice Game Calls, where deer camp becomes a reality for every listener. Join us as we talk God, family, country, and everything outdoors. Kick back, relax, and have a listen. Now, here's your host and co-host, Mike and Dan.
Well, folks, thanks for joining us this evening for the show. Welcome back in, Dan. It's kind of getting, unusual for you to be here this much.
I know. Yeah, it's coming to an end here soon.
Oh, don't say that.
Yeah, I'll be back to work probably. I'm trying to hold them off till the end, the middle of April, at least opening Turkey Day. I'm not going to miss that.
Yeah, you can't miss that.
But luckily, I do got some VA appointments.
Just tell them first part of May you'll come back.
Yeah.
So. All right, folks, don't forget about April the 7th. We are debuting on Carbon TV with our first video and audio episode there, so we can't wait for that to
that's
happen.
Gonna be awesome.
Our special guest this evening is going to be Nate Archambault, West Virginia fly fishing guide and outfitter. So we'll be talking to him here in just a little bit, but first, Dan's going to talk about our partners and some of our promo codes.
Yeah, absolutely. So, guys, Easter is this weekend coming up. You better get out there to Cobb's Barber Shop to get a nice trim up, haircut, beard trim, what have you.
He does it all.
He does it all. He does it all right there, man. Right there in Cross Lanes. But before you get out there to church and all together with family, he's been in business there for 20 years in Cross Lanes area. That's Cobb's Barber Shop in Cross Lanes. He's a staple of a community. He'll get you looking sharp for Easter, feeling like you belong somewhere again.
Yeah, get out there and get a trim up on your beard and get your hairdo all nice and trimmed up for Jesus.
That's right. Get out of the mountain man stages of the winter and get to looking like a decent person again. But he's located at 5237 Big Tyler Road, Cross Lanes. Cobb is a locally owned barbershop where you're more than just a walk-in. You're a neighbor. From classic cuts and clean fades to beard trims and conversation, they've been serving generations of families with the same steady hands and friendly faces. If you're ready for a fresh cut from folks who know the community because they're part of it, stop by Cobb's Barbershop at 5237 Big Tyler Road and see why they've been in business and been trusted by folks around the community for 20 years.
Yep, 20-year anniversary this year.
That's right.
Good deal. So be sure to head over to Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcast. We're there.
Oh, I lost my place here.
Oh, you got.
I tell you, technology.
I tell you.
Folks, don't forget to.
If you'd have been looking at these instead of guns, you might have known what she's going to say there.
Guns are important.
Yeah, you've got plenty of them.
That's a lie. You can never have too many.
Yeah, you can.
You cannot. They are a necessity.
I see where the priorities are.
That's right. Hey, guys. Well, anyway, don't forget to use podcast 10 at checkout with outdoor-pro-shop.com for 10% off your order at checkout.
Outdoor Pro Shop.
Outdoor Pro Shop. That's right. Hey, they got good options on guns.
They do.
Suppressors.
Yep. Suppressors is a big thing now.
They're huge because the tax stamp's gone, and they are fighting tooth and nail to try to get it removed since the tax stamp is gone from the ATF problem.
Yeah.
So that would be huge if they could get that. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Sure would. It's like 85 degrees outside today.
It is.
What is going on?
Yeah, it's 81.
This is the first time I've had shorts on in a long time. Of course,
well,
I got a little issue going on.
You got a little issue down there.
Got a little spider bite there on the inside of my thigh. I was like, oh, my God. Had to go to the doctor today. Happened Friday evening. I was sitting on the back porch. I was working on my daughter's nightstand. Been trying to get it done for her and finally finished it up. And was just sitting there and enjoying the evening. I was sitting right by the deck, but I did have my feet. You know, I was sitting off the deck and I had my feet under the deck.
Yeah.
And I had pants on.
On the back deck?
On the back deck.
Yeah.
So that thing crawled right up in me. and my pants.
Whoa, he was a frisky little spider.
He was, yeah, because I didn't even feel him bite.
They say you really don't feel it, just like a tick. You really don't feel a tick bite.
Friday evening, I was fine. Everything was fine. Wake up next morning, and I got this big knot on the inside of my thigh, and it started to get infected. I mean, it was hot, red. I let it go for 3 days, and but at work, he's like, "Man, you better go to the doctor and get some antibiotics." He's like, "You ain't gonna be in around much longer." He was
possible.
Like,
them things, depending on what kind of spider it was or what it was. Yeah.
Well, you know how us men are. We don't want to go to the doctor. You know, we think it's just going to take care of itself, and sometimes you just got to go. So,
yeah,
I did. I ended up going. So, I got me some antibiotics coming in tonight. So, all right. Well, without further ado, let's welcome in our guest, Nate Archambault, fly fishing enthusiast and fly fishing guide. Nate, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. Thank you guys very much for having me on this evening.
Yeah, glad you could join us.
We're looking at Dylan right now. We'd like to see your face there, bub.
Oh, sorry. Didn't know that was on the thing. So I was like walking around, you know, just hanging out with the family and stuff.
I forgot I had the camera on.
I did. I absolutely did.
No, you're good. You're good, buddy. So Nate, how you been, man?
I've been good, man. Just raising my son, you know, doing that mostly. Just really been focusing on that and trying to do some of the behind the scenes stuff with the fishing program at the company that I'm working with now. So
okay.
Just
yes, we first met you there at the Greenbrier when you was guiding there at the Greenbrier, and you've since moved on to another company. So you being a fly fishing guide, fly tying enthusiast here in West Virginia, how did you first get started in fly fishing? And was it family, friends, or was it just self-taught stuff?
It was a friend of my grandfather, and he he gave me just like a ton of fly tying materials and kind of set me on the path. That was what really started it. Was just that one awesome gesture of like, oh, you're into it. And what's interesting about it is I'm from Florida originally. So he gave me all kinds of like trout tying materials. So here I'm this like 9-10-year-old kid tying trout flies, and I live in the saltwater fly fishing capital of the world. So, you know,
well, that's good practice though, regardless of what you're tying.
Absolutely. So that's where it originated, was just that one gesture of you know, oh, you're interested? Here's some stuff. This will help you out. And didn't realize the value of it until, you know, I started buying my own fly tie material. You know, and then you realize, that dude was cool, man. He helped me out a lot. Doug Caruso is his name. He's a cool cat.
Nice. Yeah. So now, when did you know it was more than just a hobby and you wanted to start guiding and teaching other people about fly fishing?
So when I got back from the Marine Corps, I knew that I was going to work in the outdoor industry. Like, that was something that I always wanted to do. Like, just the outdoors was always one of the fields that I wanted to work in. Thank you, dude. And I didn't know like the avenue that I was going to take, whether it was going to be backpacking or what, you know, dog sledding or whatever it was. I just knew that I was going to work in the outdoor industry, and my love of fishing it was mine. You know, it wasn't anybody else's. It wasn't anything that I knew at the time that I could share with anybody else. Yeah. So I poked around a little bit. I did, you know, kind of the healing process that most veterans do. And I've found, you know, the rafting industry. And as soon as I came into West Virginia, and then I started kind of realize the beautiful place that I lived in, and then kind of the skill set that I was chasing. I knew that like fishing and fly, this is where I wanted to stick with this art
Sure.
was right here. So,
So
and
what did bring you?
2011, like 2011, yeah, probably when I made that decision to really come into this and be like, yeah, this is it. Like, I'm just going to be a fishing guide full tilt.
Nice.
Yeah.
What ended up bringing you to West Virginia then?
So when I when I first came back from Afghanistan, a bunch of my buddies, um, we all got together, and a friend of mine, his name's Linus, his uncle was a river guide on the New, and we just did it as we came here as a wild and crazy trip, just a bunch of the boys just coming. We just got back from Afghanistan, almost an 8-month combat deployment, and we're showing up. Never been. I'm Florida boy, never been to West Virginia. I didn't even know what it was, and we're going whitewater rafting.
Oh,
And
nice.
oh we met crazy Uncle Mike. He was 3/4 of the way to drunk, and
Heck yeah.
yeah, we went down the river, and um it was a very interesting time. uh I swore I would never get back in a whitewater boat again, but I spent more time in the water, and ignorance is bliss. Like, so here we go. You know what? I'm a storyteller. Let's just tell the story. So crazy Uncle
Let's
Mike,
get it.
okay? So crazy Uncle Mike, like, he meets us. Like I said, he's half drunk. He looks like Jesus. He's just like ripped out of his gourd. And he decides, he's like, okay, we got to get these boats down to the river. So he tells me, go down this road. So I have pictures. I can send them to you so you can put them on your website. So people, your listeners know I'm not joking. My vehicle at the time, I had like 4 rafts stacked on top, drove the wrong way down to Fayette Station
Oh, Lord.
uh, as fast as I could. Like, I was chasing him. He was like, come on, man, it's good, dude. No one's coming down this road. And never been here. Let's go. And now, th- just that I know that experience, that's one. Okay. Let's just count them up, folks. One. All right. And we get down there, do what we need to do. Now we go on the river. So we get on the water. It's like 2.5 feet, which is that's a totally fine. I take people fishing out there. Like 2.5 feet, it's a beautiful water level. The water typically is clear. The smallmouth. I mean, it's wonderful trip. It's class, 4 or 5, but I know how to do it. It's great. But anyway, so we go down and we're in a 12-foot raft. It's white, and on the bottom of it, in giant, bold black letters, it says, "Oh, I don't know if I can cuss on this show, but it says, "Oh snap" on the bottom. But anyway, he wanted to spend, yeah, he wanted to spend more time with that boat upside down than he did right side up. And the fact that all of us were Marines, like, we just come back from fighting in Garms or Afghanistan, like, he was like, cool, they didn't die there. Let's just kill him here. And we just went down the river, dude. And like, I didn't know what was going on. But if I ever see Mike, if you're out there, Mike, I got you, bro. Like, I'll find you, Uncle Mike. But yeah. And now I've been a whitewater rafting, fly fishing guide for this will be 16 seasons now. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
So you
Yeah,
talk about
face your
like
fears.
and stuff. So typically, what kind of anglers are you working with? Like complete beginners versus like seasoned anglers, or what?
With a few of the outfits that I've worked with, like, I get typically new anglers. Like, I get a lot of, just family people. And this is, I think it's my favorite type of guiding. Like, a lot of people want to work in the upper echelon of guiding and make tons of money and do all that and work in these amazing places with the best views, which, I mean, I have that, like, I have a great place to take new anglers and teach them, and like, get that bug to bite,
Yeah.
that, yeah, just get that bug to bite is what I want to do. And with the new river, I mean, how how it can how it can be to fish. Like the fishery is very healthy. You're always going to do well, as long as your guests can just follow, what you're telling them to do. And then that right there, I can make more anglers and I can teach more about like conservation and give more people understanding than having like somebody out just wanting to spend 2 grand to chase a fish.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know
So,
what I mean?
so
Like I
speaking,
want to make an impact rather than, you know, chase like that style of guiding, I guess. Like,
No, I
right?
got you.
Yeah,
you know what I
absolutely.
mean?
Yep.
Yeah. It's
And
cool and all. Like I like making money, but in the end of it, like what I get my enjoyment out of, like why I float that river, is because I get the opportunity to speak and those people have they chose to be there. You know what I mean? Like that's cool.
so, what are some of the common mistakes or misconceptions that you see from the newer fly fishers?
Um, I mean, the information age is what blinds, I think, most people in all the endeavors that they do. You can, nobody wants to fail, so they can immediately chase 100 different videos, you
Yeah.
know, thought threads or whatever. But the most that I see is matching the hatch, chasing flies, like always trying to just chase the bugs. Like
Yeah.
I see that a lot where people get very concerned with
Mhm.
chasing bugs. And then next after that it's just gear.
Yeah.
Like a lot of folks are really after getting the best gear that they possibly can when
Yeah.
the main focus is you know
Learning it.
just just go and take the time and cast.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you could go
Yeah,
out and buy a.
yeah,
I got a
just
$10
cast.
Eagle Claw. I got it
Yeah,
Magic Mart.
yeah,
Honestly, that's one of my best fly rods that I own. That
yeah,
thing is smooth as butter when you're working it. You
yeah.
could go out there and buy a $450 rod and not know a daggone thing about it.
Yeah.
You know,
You
That's
can.
what I would do. Guys would come in and they would want to buy the newest rod when I worked at the shops, and I would tell them, all right, let's go. Grab the rod you want, and then I'll grab a couple others, and then I would just let them cast. And I would put targets out there, just take the rod, cast it, and I mean these are guys that knew how to cast. Like these were guys that understood how a rod worked, and they were in for something, and they would. I mean, 9 out of 10 times they would pick a rod that they didn't even knew existed.
Yeah.
you're
And
right.
they're like, man, I'm surgical with this thing. And I'm like, and that's your baby right there. Like, you don't need to spend $1,200 on something. Like, you just need to find that rod that you like and then actually go and cast it. Cause, a weekend warrior, if that's the time you have, all your other time in between, brother, cast that rod, dude. You'll be way better.
So talking on that, how does that compare? Like teaching somebody brand new from scratch, is that easier than teaching somebody that has experience already?
It is. I mean, it typically is. They don't have those those preconceived notions of, I bought my equipment. This rod's supposed to make me cast away. These waders and boots are supposed to make me stand strong in the creek, and these flies are tied. Thanks, Dave. I'll see you, buddy, man. It was a pleasure, bro. Anytime you want to come by, pimp, come on, man. Um, but all this stuff, like everybody has this idea that what the gear is and you know what it's supposed to do, but you haven't put the time in and really had the relationship with your equipment.
Sure.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's like
and
you're saying, you gotta have that relationship, just like Mike's dogging on me for my guns. You can't just go out and buy a gun and expect that, you put it in the safe for the next 3 years and, "Oh, I'm gonna shoot this gun and I'm gonna shoot it proficiently." No, you gotta practice with everything you own, really.
and I mean it's really what it is. And with fly fishermen, I mean, working in the shops and doing the trips that I've done and having the clients that I've had, like 99.9% of my trips have been fantastic, wonderful experiences. We've learned, we've laughed, we've had great times. We put fish in the boat, we put fish in the net. We've had a great time, whatever we've decided to do. But you do get some of the guys that are very passionate, some of the ladies that are very passionate, and their mindset is, oh, if I get the good gear, if I, memorize all the knowledge and perfect all the patterns and all that, it's like
Oh, yeah.
you're losing sight of what you're there to do. And I mean, I think those are the biggest mistakes that new anglers and older anglers can make, is they lose sight of what it feels like, to sit in the boat, stand on the bank, whatever you need to do, however you decide to fish. Or I think that's what people need to remember, is that moment of peace that you get from it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
So, can you tell us about a memorable moment that you had for somebody traveling to West Virginia to fly fish with you?
oh man, there's a lot. I have to sift through quite a few, but oh man, I mean, that's always a tough one. But I mean, some of the more memorable moments that we've had is just, getting those like father son kind of combos where you can see uh this is the moment that dad is like winning the son over to the outdoors and like fishing, because I deal with a lot of families from inner cities and stuff like that. And these dads, they might have moved there from rural areas, hunted and fished their whole life, but now they're doing the best they can for their families, and now they want to teach this stuff to their son. And how are they going to do it? Let's go. They get to go with me, so I get to see that a lot. And those are some of the best moments,
Sure.
witnessing, is just those father son interactions and seeing these sons. And, the modern son, in this day and age, it can be an interesting challenge, I guess. But to get them out in the middle of nowhere and take them fishing, and to see dads like take a breath of relief to see their son, or the daughter, interested in catching fish, or with just being in the raft. Like I have a hard time explaining it. It's just one of those things, you see it in your heart.
Right.
Like, yeah, it's hard to wrap words around those experiences and what are the most
Especially
memorable ones. Yeah.
Yeah, especially when you get that kid that it's his first time ever fly fishing, and
Mhm.
he gets to hook onto one, and,
Yep.
that's that right there can hook a kid for life, you
Yep.
know?
That's it. And that's one of those deals. You're making an angler that understands, and then you're also, you know, you're linking them to the conservation process, to where their soul is now like bonded to that area, to where if someone was like, hey, we're gonna put condos, you're like, no, over my dead body, dude. That's where I caught my first smallie, son. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
like, yeah, right. Yeah, so
All
that's
right,
that's
Nate,
what that's what I enjoyed about it.
we're going to take a break real quick here. A word from
Cool.
our sponsor, and we'll be right back.
Yeah.
Do you want the true Western hunt experience? Book your hunt of a lifetime today with Highland Outfitters, LLC. located in Highland, Wyoming, 50 miles west of Casper. Their location in central Wyoming gives you access to some of the best hunting areas in the state. Highland specializes in archery hunts for elk and antelope. Their operations include Wyoming, Texas, and Africa. Highland Outfitters employs some of the finest guides in the business. All guides are licensed by the Wyoming Board of Professional Outfitters and Guides. No matter what the species you decide to hunt, you can count on your guide giving you 110% of being the true professional guide from start to finish. Book your hunt today at 307-797-3311 or 307-797-3312. Visit them on the web at HighlandOutfitters.com. With Highland Outfitters, you will get the true Western adventure. All right, guys, we're back with Nate Archambault, fly fishing guide here in West Virginia and fly tying enthusiast. So we're going to talk a little bit more with him in a bit, but Dan wants to say a couple things.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Don't forget, we're talking about trout fishing right now. So go ahead and jump over to troutroutes.com and use promo code NATURE26 at checkout and get 3 months membership for free. Trout Routes is one of our great ad partners where you can find your new waters, new places to fish, new access points, new fly stores, fishing stores, anything like that. It's available on both Apple and Android stores. Also, be sure to head over to our Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcast. We're there. Let's see. Bass Pro Shop Spring Classic Experience. Oh, no, wait. No, never mind.
West Virginia Gold Rush is what we want to talk about now.
That's right.
That's what we got going on now.
Yep.
Started yesterday, actually. So it's March 30th through April the 11th is the West Virginia Gold Rush.
That's right. So, Nate, we like to try to do a salute to valor on every episode we do. So if you don't care, we'd like to salute you if you wouldn't care to tell us a little bit about your military history and background.
Yeah, absolutely. I joined the United States Marine Corps in 2004 in 0311 infantry. Had the opportunity to do Presidential Guard, but after talking with a DI, I was like, nah, that's gonna be boring. So I bowed out of that. They had me selected for boot camp to do it. I was like, no, but I ended up doing security forces. So I did nuclear weapons security in Kings Bay, Georgia. I was the designated marksman on the close quarter battles team for them. And then I was with 1st Battalion, 6th Marines, went out with the 24th MU and served in Garmsir, Afghanistan in 2008. I drove for Colonel Barry in 2009 as I was kind of fabbing out. And then, hit the first div and September 19th, 2009. And that was a cool day.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Well, we sure appreciate you and thank you for your service, sir.
Thanks. Thank you guys very much. It's an honor to do it for my country and for everybody that lives here, man. It's a cool thing.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's a neat thing to be able to do that.
So back to fishing. What makes West Virginia the special fly fishing destination? We have a lot of people that say West Virginia is known for its trout and its natives and stuff.
It is a very unique environment to fish. Oh man, I mean, where to begin? Like, to help as many people as I possibly can with this, practice, right? Like, find your waterways that are around you. Do your head hunting. If you're starting from scratch, go find all the streams that are listed in your local DNR. Go chase the stock trucks. Go out there and have as much fun as you possibly can.
Yes.
You might be one of the first people I've ever heard to say chase the stock truck.
Chase them down. Beat those rainbows, those nasty, gnarly-tailed mutants. Beat them to death. Take them home, eat them, feed them to grandma. Whatever you need to do with them things, get them out of the creeks. Have as much fun as you want with them.
Yeah.
Get them out of there.
Nice.
Now, in this journey, you will learn the art of fly fishing and how to drift a fly and how to do all this stuff. And you'll get bored of chasing stock trucks, and you will do your duty. And that is to start protecting the native waters around you, because you will now have realized how precious all of this water is around us. And we
Yeah.
have a lot of really cool native streams. We have very interesting fishing situations where, like coal camps and coal companies used to release trout for like family days.
Mhm.
And there's water that, has these very interesting generations of trout in them. And if you just take the time to explore and your water around you, I'm sure you can find fish. And when you do, it will become so precious to the angler, if that angler is out there listening. Um, all the skills that you require to catch trout, you'll find on that water right there down the street from your house. You'll get it. And I think in West Virginia, like there's just so much of those opportunities for people to get out there and to kind of find these little hidden waterways that
Sure.
the in like well the respect of it all, and like it will go from like, oh, just throw your trash in the creek, to like, no, 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 this holler is now protected because all the kids out there, everybody now fishes it. That's what needs to happen. That's what I want to see around here. And that's what I hope for most people. Just go out and explore. Go and explore your waterways. Like, you'll find fish.
I know
And
we did talk to Chris Schaefer with Potsky Baits, and he states that West Virginia is one of the best fly fishing states, and we have one of the best stocking programs in the nation.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, we have. I live right here next to the National Fish Hatchery. It's 3 in the world. It's like disease free to put fish anywhere. They're the first ones to do the captive bred, like candy darter, and they do all kinds of like really cool fish species. But yeah, right here in West Virginia, I mean, we have the top notch for our hatchery programs to come out right here in White Sulphur Springs. And I mean, also like just we have what 420 miles just of brown trout streams and things like that. Just there's so much that West Virginia has, and if we can get uh, the local people, to understand what you have in your backyard, um, we can have a lot more.
Right.
As
And
far as far as
what's nice
seeds
about
go.
this, Trout Routes has mapped pretty much every stream in
Mhm.
West Virginia. So if you
Mhm.
if you don't know where to look, you can always look at Trout Routes.
Oh yeah.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Now, do you use Trout Routes for what you do, or not much?
Not much. I have a few of my places that I stick to.
Sure.
I've gotten to a point where I know what I'm after.
Right.
You know,
Now, speaking on knowing what you're after, what is your favorite species to chase with the fly? Is it trout, or is it
Eh,
smallmouth, or anything in between?
it's anything in between. Honestly, like I mean, I've gone to Costa Rica and caught 200-pound tarpon. I've chased snook, reds, everything from where I'm at in Florida to 4-inch native trout, and they've all felt the same
Sure.
uh, because of the effort that I put into getting them.
Right. Yeah. See,
You
I've never
know,
really done anything above and beyond smallmouth or trout. That would that would be fun to do some tarpon.
Oh yeah.
God,
it's
that'd be a blast.
Can you
it
imagine?
is it is. So I was a nerd in high school, and I remember what it was like to look down the hallway and see the bully that is about to cause you an issue, and you're like, oh my god, here we go. That's exactly what tarpon fishing is like. Like you see that thing and you're like, oh, here we go. And yeah, it's something. Yeah, where I did was like in Costa Rica, the Barra de Colorado River and the tarpon, they all go right there and they sit at the mouth of that river. And that river when it flows in, it's pretty brown. So all the tarpon are underneath this giant block of like brown water, and anything that drops below it, they're like food, and they eat it. And these are all the tarpon that are not. They have not been accosted by every guide and angler through the Gulf. They haven't seen. They have. This is their first like hurrah at packing on some meat to make it around to do their like runs through the Gulf. So
Sure.
we're sitting there and we showed up with 6 tarpon guides, me, my brother, and a couple other guys. And in 3.5 days we did 94 tarpon.
Wow.
And
Shoot.
ranging from we did a couple small guys, 50, 60 pounds. I think my brother got one of the bigger ones. It was like 180 pounds. And some of these fish that come out of the water, like I can send pictures of some of the fish that come out. A buddy of mine, he's a professional photographer. He does I mean, he's amazing. He's backwater fly fishing. He does all this amazing photography and stuff like that. But he's got fish just coming out of the water. These leviathans, unbelievable. But there are these experiences that you can go and track down, and you can realize that fly fishing, when you find it in its natural form, not beat by every angler, you're not waiting for someone to put fish into a stream. Like if you have the patience to find these streams, rivers, lakes, and then wait for the opportunity to be right, like you will catch that fish in the natural form, and it'll do something to you that you've never felt before. And that's why I started fly fishing, because most of those circumstances happen at the end of a very thin line, being very quiet. So like that's my jam.
So you
Yeah.
talking about, you being from Florida and you fishing them waters. What is your
Mhm.
favorite waters here in West Virginia? The mountain streams, tailwaters, or
Yeah, mountain streams is as far away from people as I can get. Um,
yeah, I like it.
yeah. I mean, I don't care what I'm catching. I mean, I'll show you. I mean, I keep very lovely natural aquariums with. I love pristine environments and wonderful wildlife. And if someone's like, "Hey, there's this really cool mountain fish," I'll take it. I have some size 32s. I'll go get it. Like,
Nice.
I'll go find it. Yeah, just traveling those environments, just getting away from everything, and that's that temple of peace that I chase. Just getting away, finding something that I should take care of, understanding that environment, and then at least putting eyes on something that we should all see to know like the health of it all. Like I like to explore that kind of stuff to know, hey, it's still good.
Oh
This
yeah.
stream, this stream's still good. No one's doing anything dumb back here. Like everything's fine. I'm a catch and release guy. Like I'm not doing anything. I take more trash out. I'm doing the right thing. That's what I want most fishermen and everybody to do. Go explore and do the right thing, and then we'll all have this to enjoy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, how do you feel that our local seasons affect tactics? What's your favorite seasons to fish? Like I like obviously right now,
Mhm.
and then I
Yeah, right now,
really
yeah.
love fishing in summer, pocket water.
Summertime, yep. Summertime, like when I get on the new and the river starts to heat up and I can dial in the pulse of the new, and that's it. Like, see you later, trout. You guys have the summer, take a break. I'm gonna go smallmouth fishing just because I enjoy it. The access to the lower new, through that class 5 section of water that I have, and even through the upper new section, which class 3, the access to water that I have through there, I mean, it gives me untouched water for most of the day. Um, where, yeah, I can try whatever tactics I want to try. I get stupid fish all day, every day. like,
Yeah.
like during the, I mean, it's just my access to water and running those sections of the river. It's like being a kid, uh, learning how to fish all over again. But I get access to water that the fish are just, they're ready to eat, and I get to try whatever tactics, baits, and but summertime definitely
Nice.
is one of my favorite times to fish for smallies, and yeah, and right now spring for sure, spring.
All right, Nate, we're going to
Trout.
take another break real quick, and we're going to
Absolutely.
and talk about fly fishing
Fly
tying.
tying. Yeah.
Awesome, let's do it.
Are you looking for that European or craft beer culture? Breathe Wine and Culture Company, where your wine and craft beer culture thrives. Located in downtown Huntington, West Virginia, the Breathe Wine and Culture Company offers over 150 types of craft beer, extensive wine choices, thoughtful gifts, and even grab-and-go food options, as well as specialized catering. Shop local, shop small for a unique experience. You can check them out on their Facebook page or give them a call today at 304-823-4577. Breathe Wine and Culture Company, 304-823-4577. All right, guys, we're back with Nate Archambault, fly fishing guide here in West Virginia and fly tying enthusiast. My tongue.
Enthusiast.
Enthusiast. So
That's right.
fly tying, Nate.
Mhm.
How'd you get into fly tying, and what do you love about it?
Uh, how I got into it, I remember. So I think it was like 6th grade. I had detention, and I woke up early so that I could get out of the house and ride my bike to school. And there was like the Outdoor Life Network. This dude riding horses, middle of nowhere, who cares? Shows up. This is how you camp with your horses. This is the creek, and I'm gonna tie these flies from these bugs. I said, hold on a minute. You just caught these bugs, and what is this? And then like I said, asked my grandfather, did you see this? He introduced me to a friend, Doug Caruso, shout out, he's still alive. He gave me a bunch of stuff and set me on my path. And I spent way too much time and money on something I could have simplified if I could go back in time almost 30 years and talk to myself about fly time. I would definitely have a lot to say.
So,
Yeah.
what are
Yeah.
some of your confidence flies for West Virginia waters? The flies you never leave home without. That's always in your vest.
Oh my God. Like, I mean, some people say it's not fly fishing, it's woolly buggering, but just a black woolly bugger. Just put a black woolly bugger on, and if we'll get into my tactics and stuff like that, but I'll tell you how it all works. And it's more of a mindset. Like, don't worry about what you got in the box, just worry about your mindset first. But a black woolly bugger, always give me a pheasant tail in there, and you can church that pheasant tail up all you want. You can put a glass bead on there with some like white fluff. You can put all that sexy wire and stuff on it. Waltz worms, like the classics, like just the classics is honestly what you need. My favorite flies, other than just a black woolly bugger, I like a guide's choice. Um, on a jig, you can tie it on a normal like nymph hook on any size or whatever. But the pattern itself, it's kind of a blend between a hare's ear and a soft tackle and a pheasant tail. I mean, it's kind of a blend between a bunch. Um, A 20-incher stone, that's another really great fly that I love to use around here. And peeping caddises. Peeping caddises are really cool flies to use. And then like a Pat's rubber legs, just some kind of big attractor stones, like just big goofy flies. I really like to use like dropper patterns and stuff like that, but those are some of my favorites for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on matching the hatch versus using attractor patterns?
I mean, matching the hatch, like if you have the patience as an angler and you can truly understand like what you're trying to do, like if you understand the thought process and if we have time for a college like a college class on it, like matching the hatch, you're thinking of this trout is literally got tunnel vision. It's eating the same size, same color over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. If you throw something in front of it that looks exactly like what it's eating, okay, like that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're putting something that looks exactly like the million other things you're putting in front of the trout.
Yeah.
And here's the real question, are you a confident angler? Does it matter to you that trout ate your perfectly tied 9 wrapped segmented midge hung off of whatever you hung it off of? Like, does it really matter to you as an angler that bad that trout ate the attractor pattern, a jig, a dry, a midge? Like, does it really matter?
As long as you're catching.
Like, are you in that mindset of, I just really am glad to be standing out here, and if I catch a fish, that's awesome, because I have an entire box set up that you can ask me about, and I will tell you what it is, that you can catch fish wherever you go in the world. I've caught fish around the world with these flies. Or I will show you the link to the, Oliver Edwards masterclass book, and go and tie those flies and catch the same fish if you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, keep fly tying as simple as you possibly can. And if there are patterns to you that just really jazz you up, then get the materials, tie those flies, and then make sure that you really wear those flies to the bone, and then be like, that's my jam. Like, that's my pattern. I'm going to tie that pattern till the day I die. That's really all you need to do. Because I've gone through the books and I've tied most of the patterns and I've thrown them at most of the fish. And the most classic and simple patterns are the ones that still work. They're the easiest to tie. They're the cheapest to tie. They look the best in the water. Just keep it simple. Keep it simple and focus on the tactics and getting yourself in front of a fish that isn't beat to death.
Yeah.
Like that's the goal.
So talking about simple things and simple patterns, what kind of advice can you give someone that's wanting to start tying? Essential tools and the simple first patterns that they should start out with.
Got most of the tool kits that you can get. Most of the stuff, all the patterns that I've found, like through my years of tying, like you're not going to need specialty tools. All of your modern day tool kits, if you get those one and all package deals from Bass Pro, Cabela's, that'll be a great place to start. That's where I got my first fly tying kit. I think it was a $99 fly tie. I mean, I can still remember the smell whenever the box came in with all
Kind of smelled like cedar, didn't it?
Yes. Oh my
Yeah, I
God.
remember mine
That
too.
that was it. Like we talk about like the bug, the things that bite you that keep you doing what you do in the outdoor industry. That opening that box and being excited about that fly tying kit, knowing that I had the opportunity to do it. And it came from Cabela's. That was a big moment. My first fly rod was a 2-weight that my mom bought me. I think it was like 400 like $90 prestige 2 combo or some nonsense, whatever. Cabela's, baby, still have it. I'm gonna give it to my son. So yeah, we can put all that in there. And yeah, but if you're first tying out, like if you're first starting to tie and you are interested in every pattern that you've seen because they're all cool and they're all guaranteed to catch you fish, you need to understand that a lot of these patterns are designed to catch fishermen and not fish.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and if you really want to know what you want to throw as flies, walk down to the creek, get you a mason jar, stomp around in the gravel, catch you a bunch of bugs, go back to your tying desk, let it settle, get a hook, and wrap whatever dubbing that closely matches that fly's color, and then put a little weight on it, throw it out in the creek with the trout, and you will be surprised how many fish you catch. And you will be very happy that you've dumbed down the entire art of fly fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's it's not as hard as people make it out to be. And tying, the art form that it is, you know, if you want to be an artist, be an artist. Tie all the cool flies, make sure all the legs are perfect, and do all that stuff. But if you're a guide fly, literally wrap some yarn, old carpet, whatever, dog hair, whatever you can find on a hook. And I guarantee you, you will put clients on fish with nonsense. I've done it.
There are people out there that just are die hard about pheasant and turkey.
Yes,
Different.
I know.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
I mean, and if that is the path that you are chasing, like if you want to catch a fish on a pheasant tail, then tie the pattern,
Mhm.
you know, like, but focus mainly on
Catching the fish.
the catching the fish. But I mean,
Right.
but if you want, if you're a like if you want to catch it on the pattern, you know, if that's your jam, that's what you want to do, then you're going to be into it for a lot of money, you know, tying every pattern under the sun just so you can say you caught a fish on it, you know, or someone tells you it's the newest, hottest fly, you know, you're still gonna have that old guy standing right next to you in the creek just ripping lips and like, what are you fishing on? Like, oh, the same thing I've been fishing on for 50 years, Sonny Jim, you know, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's yeah, like I love the art of fly tying. Like I love it. I love the fact that I've dedicated most of my adult life to tying flies. But my best advice is just figure out what works and stick to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stick to those flies,
So
or
we
yeah, it'll take over.
we just had the Bass Pro Shops Spring Classic experience, the fishing sale that just ended on the 25th. And you were there at our local Cabela's in Charleston. What was your role while you was there helping out? And they had you in with some people there.
I was there, man. It was actually it was a great experience. I got to hang out with the staff, just kind of be support. They didn't need me really, but they just to be as a backup and talk to them. I haven't had the opportunity to speak with a lot of those guys, but man, they know what they are doing, and it was great to be part of this. You know, just be part of that team for the day and to see everything they had going on. But I was just there, like. I had a gentleman, he was searching for some materials that he needed to get some patterns tied up, and he had some issues with some of his techniques. So I got to take him over to the Cabela's conference room there, set up all my vices and everything, and then walk him through a few processes to get some of the flies that he wanted to tie to take on his trip, which was
Nice.
awesome. Yeah, so it was really cool to be able to help him out. And and that made him, give him peace of mind for his trip, because he was very concerned. He wanted to make sure that he cut trout on his own flies. So
Sure.
Yeah.
So what was some of the most common questions people were asking you, and was it mainly about gear trending and what they should use, lines and rods and flies or anything like that?
well, a lot of people that talk to me, I mean, they just want an honest opinion. I mean, they want to understand, because in the age of everybody's got, a dollar in it, they got a dime in what they're talking about and what they're doing. Like, they want to talk to somebody that has boots on the ground. And when I work in shops or I work with companies, that's how I talk to people. I don't sell anybody. I sell I sell the products that I use. I tell, my honest reviews about what I do.
Yeah.
And that's mostly what I had come into me in these shops, were just people going, "Hey, I am getting into fly fishing. And the guys that got the most out of it were the ones that were honest, that would be like, "Hey, I don't know what I'm doing, but this is what I want to do." And then they would allow that person, me, that guide, to be like, "Hey, dude, you don't need that." Like, you don't need to tie that fly. You don't need to buy that vise. You don't need to buy that rod. This is what you need. And, having those experiences, like working with people like Cabela's and Bass Pro and all that, like having those experts walk you through the process and being part of those kind of teams, that make sure that you take your time to use the expert resources that you have available to you, and and take time to develop the craft, because you can spend thousands of dollars trying to be a fly fisherman,
Mm-hmm.
and stand next to a kid who just pops out of the bushes, and he's got a $44 combo, and he just smokes a huge trout in front of you. You right then and there know it's not the gear, bro. It's you, dude. Like, you just
Yeah.
relax, go have fun again. Go have fun again. Get out there on the creek and enjoy it. Relax, take time, sit down on a rock, have a cup of coffee, watch the bugs hatch. That's the best advice, as far as fly tying goes. Get a glass jar, look at the bugs in there, make them. Wrap some dubbing on a hook, make them. You'll be surprised. There's enough books out there.
With these events like this, and at your local fly fishing
Yeah.
shops, and with just around the community, how does the gear and the setups and the insight on those, how do you see it helping the fly fishing community grow?
With these programs, I mean, this is as many opportunities that the youth have to explore fly fishing, just any fishing in general, but like the delicate nature of fly fishing, it slows things down a little bit. And I think that having an option for kids and things like that would be fantastic. um yeah, I got track off on track, or off track on the topic there.
You're
So,
fine. You're fine.
I'm staring at the fish tank, thinking about kids. I worked a lot with kids, and it didn't go anywhere. Like with the Greenbrier, it was awful. We took all the kids from Alderson, and I mean, man, I gotta send you some of these pictures, Mike. Did you see those pictures? Did we show you those whenever me and Joey did that for you?
No.
Do you remember that? You didn't see that? Like, we were taking these second grade kids from Alderson Elementary, because I wanted to do a veterans program that the hotel would sponsor and like take care of vets. And then I wanted to get all of the schools to send at least nominations, and I wanted to start like a Greenbrier sponsored fly fishing like youth program to teach them, and they could come, parents could drop them off, blah blah blah, whatever. So I want to do that, but we ended up with all of the kids from like the fourth and fifth grade class showing up, and then I got the hatchery to donate all of their brood trout. These things are like 9, 10, 11
Oh
pounds,
gosh.
and they
Whoa.
dumped them into the creek. And we had the Project Healing Water guys show up, and we're like, all right, make sure the kids don't get pulled into the water. So we whip the flies out there, and these trout are smoking the flies. And these are like 4-foot kids catching 4-foot trout. I don't know. I don't know any better way to make a fly angler than that experience right there. Yeah, that was rad. But anyway, what was the question that you asked me before I got off talking topic? Sorry.
No, you're good. I think you hit on it.
Yeah,
Dan,
you did.
you're
Sweet,
good.
yeah, good.
So tell us a little bit about your setup. What's your go-to rod weight, length, line, leader, tippet for West Virginia waters?
West Virginia, I just standard 5-weight. 5-weight with, if I'm just going out exploring, if I know what I'm getting myself into, a 3-weight. I love this like 7.5-foot 3-weight, and I'll use a variety of leader lengths, and it depends on just kind of the stream itself.
Right.
If I'm in, water where I can have, that long stealthy leader, slow water where I can drift some flies, and I'll use a longer leader. If I'm in fast water where I'm dropping like bigger flies, I'll use short leaders, things like that. Typically, like if I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna have like a great day on the water, personally to myself, I'm gonna float down the river in a raft, throw a 7-weight, big flies, catch smallies. But if we're trout fishing, I'm gonna go and just hit these plunge pools. I'm gonna drop big, like heavy flies, maybe one or two. Do some. I mean, it's just a hodgepodge. Like it really just depends on how I feel about the water I'm looking at, and the ability to change and understand how each rig operates. That's the real goal. Other than knowing what I use, the real goal is understanding how each one operates, and then understanding the water that you're fishing it. Because if you don't, I can tell you all day the rig that I'm using, but if you can't see the water,
Right.
then what are we talking about? Like if we're fishing plunge pools and we have very fast currents that are going to blow flies away from where the fish are sitting, then I need to switch and put heavy weights or heavy jigs. Maybe I need to use, a big strike indicator, or, a big like big bobber almost in some of these pools. But if that's where you are, like if you've taken the time to get in some of these places, and this is your opportunity to catch that fish, like use the tools that are available to you to get that fish, get the reward that you walked up there to get. And, whether it be a chubby Chernobyl that is the size of a beer can, like to float, whatever you got to do, get that fish. So with those rig systems, understanding the different rigs and the waters that you are going to fish. If you're walking into the wilderness blind and you've never seen the creek before, then you need to walk in with different tippet sizes, different lengths, different fly lengths. Like you have to pack heavy.
Oh,
But
yeah.
if you know that creek, you've been there a few times, then you can put enough in your pocket.
Right.
You can go up there in a pair of sandals and like rip. You can go have a great day.
Yeah.
You can go fish for an hour, but it depends on really like sit down as an angler and really understand what you're getting yourself into and prepare yourself for your day. And if you do those steps, when you hit the water, you will be at a much better mental state. And when you find that mental clarity, you will realize that the variables that you think are creating your fishing, like your fishing deficit, there it's not you, it's just it's environments, scenarios, it's different things that you don't have control over. That's my best, that's what I've learned over fishing, is the time that I've taken for patience and to truly just sit down and kind of understand what I'm doing for a moment. I've put more fish in than people running into the water trying to just get my weekend in, you know what I mean? Like, you can, don't rush it, and through that you will have the understanding, and it'll bring you to a place of peace and fishing where you're like, I can go catch fish, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, it's much easier.
So,
Oh yeah.
so with you talking about gear and setups and stuff like that,
Sure.
what is your favorite local or regional brands, and maybe even some small companies here in West Virginia that you like to support?
Oh my goodness. Well, I've dealt with a lot of different companies. Like, I've supported quite a few, and yeah, most of the ones, if they ever hear this, they know who I'm talking about. But hey, if you have if you have a rod brand you like, stick with it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, I've got gear from all different companies, and just, if you're really hunting down gear, stay within your look at the brand and look at the mid price. Look at the mid price.
Sure.
That's the
So
best option. Look at the mid.
what
Yeah, that's
what
it.
can you recommend as a bang for your buck upgrade that would help a beginner that's, they got their setup, and what could they tweak here a little bit to get more bang for their buck on their setup?
Mm, Man, oh man, that's a tough one. I would say go do um like pay for a guided experience.
Really? Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I would say take all of your equipment, and what you would do to upgrade it, pay for a guided experience. Yep.
Nice.
And that would be not because I'm a guide, but because that will give you more information on what you need to make your next purchase.
Right.
And it would also help alleviate a lot of issues that you might have, or solidify the deficits in your equipment and help you make those purchases that you need, like give you a better understanding. Like whenever you have like a 170-pound fish flying 10 feet out of the air, and you realize that when your fly rod, like your reel is spinning at Mach Jesus,
Yeah.
your knuckles are shredded. I'll send you pictures of that too. Um, those simple things, like, gear looks cool. But when you put it to the test, sometimes, you know, it is what it is.
Now, how can some of our listeners here get started locally with like classes, guides, clubs, or shops around the area?
Yep, go visit your local fly shop. I mean, look it up. We all usually have the internet, Wi-Fi, stuff like that. Find your local fly shop, go inside, talk to them. There's plenty of companies. I work on the New River. I work for Ace Adventure Resort. Been there for 16 years now. I live right down the street from the Green Bar. We do fly fishing down there. There's tons of different places. If you find a local place, find a local guide. Those are going to be your best opportunities. Just find a local guide. But if you're looking to get in touch with me, you
That's
can
what I
look.
was getting ready to ask you. How you
Yeah,
get in touch with
you,
you?
you can get in touch with me. I work with Ace Adventure Resort. My name is Archie. They know me. Like I said, been there for quite some time. you can ask for Archie, and they can hook you up with all my information through them. And well, whatever questions you need to know, I do classes, fly tying classes, casting lessons, and we go out on the river, we fish. Basically, if it swims in West Virginia and you want to catch it, I can help you out. If you have
I want to catch
anything
a
else,
muskie on a fly rod.
well,
Oh God, Lord.
I have, yeah, I have,
Yeah,
a,
yeah.
I have a few ideas of where they could be. Oh.
Nate, we sure appreciate you for your time this evening, man. Any upcoming events or clinics that you've got going on that people can get involved in?
Well, the season for fishing is coming up. As soon as the river levels like stabilize, things like that, fishing on the news is going to be incredible. So, guys, come over to acewrap.com. Check me out. I'm over here at Ace. We'll take you fishing. We got some of the best anglers that come out and fish with us. We'll take care of you. So, love to see you guys. Thank you so much for having me. I hope I answered all your questions. I know I get kind of like spiritual on it, but really, I've been fishing my whole life, and
No, it's
That's
good.
awesome.
You've
Though.
got the passion for it. We love it.
it's inside. I mean, it's inside of the angler, and just to slow down for a minute and look at what's going on, and you'll realize that you already have the skills to catch the fish. You just focus on one thing and get after it. Patience,
that's,
baby. So we got it.
That'd be your final piece of advice you'd give someone encouraged about it.
Yep.
Slow
Just
down.
you already have it. You have been bitten by the bug. You're standing on the edge of the creek. You're in the boat. You're on the edge of the pond. You're trespassing. You're trespassing. You've already got the bug. You have won. It's just patience now. Like you're a fisherman. Don't give up. Keep going.
That's right.
You got it.
All right,
got it.
brother. We sure
Love you guys.
appreciate you. Thank you
Peace.
for your time, man. You have a good night.
Bye.
Hey,
All right.
I want to also mention, guys, don't forget, hey, turkey season is right around the corner. If you ain't got your new calls set up, go to naturesvoicegamecalls.com and use podcast 15 at checkout for 15% off your entire order. You can also check out aquacase.net. Use podcast 15 at checkout and get 15% off your order. They are your waterproof case and bag experts.
That's right. All right, guys. Well, we sure appreciate everybody listening, listening, and watching
Who
the
you
live
lynching?
tonight. I think this bug bite may have got my lips too.
What lips you talking
And my
about?
tongue.
Oh,
No, I'm talking about
oh,
my mouth
those
there.
lips. Okay.
Yeah. Good Lord. PG, we got to keep a little PG here. Anyways. So, guys, we'll have all the links and everything we talked about when this episode airs. So we sure appreciate everybody watching and listening tonight. Thanks. This episode of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by Outdoor Pro Shop, LLC. Outdoor Pro Shop is a family-owned and operated firearms dealer and sporting goods retailer. They have pay-over-time options, a rewards program, and customer service satisfaction that is unmatched. They might not be the biggest, but they strive to be the best. Contact them today at 240-360-1298 or visit them on the web at www.outdoor-pro-shop.com. That's Outdoor Pro Shop, 240-360-1298.